start whatever you want to. Trokon. Gotta get this clap sync in. Alright. First things first, you feel me? Get your introduction, name, what you do, where you're from.
My name is Josh, aka Belvedere, Belvedere Studios, still working on it. I'm from Rockville, Maryland, or I like to consider it Aspen Hill, because that's where I'm really from. Like the way Maryland is, kind of weird. Feel me? Yeah.
So, basic question, what got you into doing video, doing photo, going around, skating?
So I've always loved skateboarding. Growing up, looked up to the culture, looked up to like Tony. Oh, yeah, Tony Hawk. Obviously, used to play his games. And then, I knew skaters growing up, obviously, but my parents would not let me skate, at all, just because they didn't want me to get hurt, and they wanted me to play basketball, baseball, all that. But I mean, I had a good connection with basketball, but I think I was in 8th grade. My mom was like, "All right, fuck it, let's go Zoomies, get your first board," and I did. Then, yeah, high school, met my best friend Marvin, and yeah, we were just locked in ever since in that skate scene. The skate scene actually helped me be consistent with my video work in high school, because I would do really cool skateboard edits just on Instagram and stuff, and that's how I kept up with some sort of editing prowess, just had that, yeah, had that relevant. But in 6th grade, that's when I started using Premiere, tried doing Sony Vegas a little bit, but I went to Argonne Middle School, which was a magnet school. We was using Alienware's, Macs, MacBooks, all that, because it was a technology-based school. And I had film class, 6th grade, I think 12 years old, just working on Premiere and getting used to the program. And yeah, that helped a lot. But at the time, I did not know I was gonna be doing this stuff. You know what I mean? It was just something I had to do. You know what I mean? But I always loved movies. Growing up, that was always the one thing. Just the one constant thing I would think about externally. But it wasn't. It was just a hobby for me, because I had aspirations to be a nurse, like a typical Filipino, you feel me? Yeah, yep.
So what kind of stuff in movies really gets you inspired, and what do you really love about it? I know I see you do a lot of VHS stuff with the slow zooms and the camera movement, and it feels really real.
Mhm.
And you get a really honest point of view in your work.
Yeah. So it's the storytelling aspect of a movie that really grips me. Shot composition, just the visual storytelling, everything that goes into telling a story with just, you can even turn off the audio, still have some sort of entertainment, because somebody, cinematographer, worked hard to tell the story with set design, all that stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, just being gripped by or just being engaged in a movie, you know what I mean? Just losing yourself in a movie. That's why I'm into this, cause I was always fascinated by that aspect, the psychology of how can a piece of media, any form of media that you consume, kind of give just, or you get an emotion out of that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that entire process has been in learning that has been kind of what I've been focused on.
So do you have any directors that you try to take after, or cinematographers that you try to take after
Yeah.
do your work?
Yeah, I have a lot. Easy ones that come to the, like, just come to mind immediately. Sofia Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola, Stanley Kubrick. Um, what else? I watch a lot of indie films, but cinematographers, like, I'm burnt right now, so I'm like really trying to like gather.
Good,
Yeah. If you, nah. I don't want to give you guys a movie title and not like know the director's name, because like I've like invested so much time in his work. I don't know his name. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's fine.
But
if you have the title, then that's cool.
yeah. The director of There Will Be Blood and The Master. Yeah. Those are really good movies. And Martin Scorsese, of course. Like, that's like an immediate, like, everyone's favorite, like, director or whatever. But
so
yeah.
You mentioned a lot of people that are like, their work is similar, but it's very different in what they focus on in terms of composition and color, especially.
Yeah.
It's like set design, everything.
Yeah.
So what is it that brings them all together for you?
The visual storytelling, honestly, just how they could budget out a movie or just think of something within a budget, or just work with what they have and make something completely just absolute magic. Like, one of my favorite movies is Lost in Translation by Sofia Coppola. Like, that's a top 5 movie for me. And how they could just like get you lost in Japan, just make you feel exactly how the protagonists are feeling. Just like, that's why I'm in this, like, because you watch a movie, you feel out exactly what the director is trying to portray. And if that's done well, like, you've done the job, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what do you look for in terms of your art? So like, what do you try to get across that arches over all your videos?
Right now, I really want to make you feel like you're there, especially with the VHS home style of videos. It's like, and especially from my perspective, if I'm using a fisheye lens, like, it really looks like it's just from my point of view sometimes. And it's like, it's so movement friendly that, like, yeah, I can move like just like how eyes do. And it's like, yeah, just being there in the moment, making you feel like you didn't miss out, honestly. But I also, when I get into more serious, like, works, or just like when I get more serious equipment, that'll be like more of what, like, I set out to do: visual storytelling, color grading, everything, the whole nine. Just like, you know what I mean?
Do you want to go into being a director and like make movies in
For
the future?
for sure. That's like, oh, I forgot to mention Spike Jonze. I kind of take from his path, because he's he used to do BMX videos, and he's actually from Bethesda, Maryland. And then doing that, he moved on to like doing music videos for the Beastie Boys, Bjork, like The Far Side, all those, and he's involved with so many people in that world. And in the Far Side video, he uses my favorite art, skateboarder Mark Gonzalez's art in the beginning, and commissioned him to do like just like some graffiti type. But like, I have like the tattoos of those birds that he uses in that video. But just that so many worlds collide, and honestly, that's like another reason why I'm in this, because I'm also trying to combine so much of and expose like what my world is: skateboarding, cars, music, especially who I'm involved with or like who I'm around, just everything in my lens, you know what I mean?
So
yeah.
When you get the chance, what's like a story that's important for you to tell? Like what's something that you want the world to hear from you that's really close to your heart?
Right now, if I had an A24 movie like that, it would be like, it would be some about like the 5 stages of grief depicted in characters, you know what I mean? And that can allow itself to more avenues to speak on, just like, because I always wanted to do like character study movies, just like you watch these people, you get to know these people, and kind of like see yourself sometimes, or just like learn from what I put out on screen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I always wanted to do like shed a light, or there's a lot of good movies that portray mental health in a good aspect, but like I want mine to be the one to speak for like people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you write?
I honestly should be writing more than, like, everyone in my life has told me to write. People that inspire me told me to write, but like that's something I always want. I mean, I do, just not as much as I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about getting my nervous system to abide with what's right and what comes into my head, and just developing the right habits and just like getting there. But yeah, like there's times where like I've written and I know I should write, and I always keep that in mind. So yeah.
Is there anything else that you feel like you should do that you don't?
Um, let
Or
me
like
think.
the opposite side of that coin, anything that you do that you think you shouldn't?
I mean, we're all our own worst critic. So, but at the same time, always use that to keep me on my 10 toes. Right now, it's work ethic for me. I mean, everyone tells me I'm still hardworking, but I really don't know who to believe. Like the voice in me that tells me to go harder and almost is disappointed in how I'm not pushing myself more, or people telling me that I'm doing just fine. You know what I mean?
So if you've figured out how to overcome it, what do you do to overcome that feeling of not knowing which voice to listen to?
Intuition, just going with my gut instinct, and honestly, because that's something I've been mulling over and letting myself experience life for me to find my answer. You know what I mean? Because that's something I want to feel out and get to know myself better, to get like a more introspective and like valid answer, you know. But yeah, like I've just been really taking a look at a lot of aspects of my life to achieve that answer, and now I have got my own space and time to meditate on things. And meditating is something I've been trying to implement more in my life as well. Same thing how writing could be beneficial to me in, like getting ideas on paper. Yeah.
So what's your process in organizing your thoughts and executing your art?
Um, I always looked at, or recently I've been trying to adopt, because I feel like I've been a chaotically good person. Just like, so like every creative has a chaos to them, and trying to find order in that. And honestly, I've been also trying to take it easy on myself, not push myself as hard, but trying to find that medium in being productive and, you know, yeah, basically like just having a good like ratio between play and pleasure, or I mean just like work and pleasure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely understand where you're coming from with that, because I struggle to get things in order and manage my time right. So
like I feel like with people we gotta, I mean videographers especially, we have a camera in hand, and it's like they know what we're on, you know what I mean? But a rapper, they'll be like, they could like walk with a chain. It's like we gotta embody these things to really and just embrace them, you know what I mean? Just so that when the outside world sees it, they believe it, and that's what it is, and that's what we're here for, to just like cement ourselves and be who we want to be. Yeah.
for sure. So what are some ways that you embody your art?
I've always, all my life, I've kept my influences on my sleeve, like, and I'm never ashamed to share that, and I've unashamedly just share and insert like what I've like every day on my story. I'm always posting about what inspires me, like in media, like could be a movie I just watched, could be a music that I consume that I really love, like it's been stuck in my head, you know what I mean? And just sharing that, like everything today in the internet is information based, and having a lot, like just a lot of information is overwhelming, but finding the right one for you, finding that right avenue that speaks to you, that's something I like, you know, embody. Yeah.
So what's a really good avenue for you? Like what's your favorite types of art and media?
So, this is reflected in my work too. Like I always am with my favorite underground artists that I used to listen to in high school, Wi-Fi God, The Con, about to film Black Cray soon, but like, and working with some indie bands in the local area, just supporting them because I love indie music, I love underground hip hop. This is stuff I consume on a day-to-day basis, and this is what I'm engaged in and what I'm working on. And it's almost crazy to be saying that because this was just a mere thought or a manifestation in my head, like something I always wanted to do. And my friend Hondi's, who's a great artist as well, we were in Olney Skate Park just talking about what we wanted for ourselves in the future. Like me, I was gonna work on the camera stuff, do visual storytelling, be an artist, be engaged in this world. And he was telling me, like, dude, this world gets bigger when you're in that. So many doors open, and like he did his thing. He's a phenomenal skateboarder. He quit, sacrificed that in order to achieve what he wanted to do. It was be that artist that he told me at that skate park. And it wasn't until recently we like tapped back in because he like came back into the scene because he was working on himself and working on his art, trying to be the artist, and boom, he seen that I'm working with the same people he in his circle, or just like he around, and he met without his, like he could have easily, because we're so like close, could have easily thrown me that, but I organically achieved these connections because it's genuine to me. Like this is my path. Like I was eventually gonna meet these people because of what I'm doing, and what I attract, and what what I'm about, I guess. Yeah.
So what's some people, because finding a good team, like you were talking about, is hard. Like finding good people to be around that are really passionate and actually want to get things done is extremely hard to do. So, what what has it been like trying to find those people? And are there any people that you want to talk about in specific?
Um, for me, it was just simply seeing who I listened to and who was easier to talk to, essentially. Like, you're not gonna get a hold of The Weeknd, but if you could get a hold of somebody like Lil Dude, maybe, because he's around your area, just seeking like looking inwards, like getting in tune with your community, basically. That's how I tapped in with y'all. Like, just seeing who's around, like in your area, and really tapping in. Yeah, 'cause what else could you do? Like, just gonna. I mean, you could be that dude, just like go straight to LA and like rep none but LA. Some people do that. That's completely fine. Or like go somewhere else and rip that because they didn't enjoy where they live enough to like embody that. That's fine. I love where I'm from, and every time I get to pop out to other places, um, New York, LA, anywhere, like I just want to bring the piece of the DMV with me and just bring the DMV like there. Just bring home, make that joint feel like home. Yeah.
So I've seen you traveling around,
Mhm.
going to LA. You said you're going to New York earlier. How do you bring the DMV with you, and how do you show people that like you're from the DMV? This is part of you.
Fucking the sheets of funnel. Always bring that sheets of funnel with me, dude. Bring that. I don't know, like wear a heli when you fucking go to New York. But fucking like there'll be some white people be like, hey, I wear that when I'm sailing. But like if people are knowing somebody from New York that came from the DMV really knowing, they'd be like, you know what I mean? Like wearing your local brands to like like wearing something that's from the DMV, made from DMV, like known from the DMV to other places. That is exactly how people identify you. You wearing Carpet Company, shout out Carpet, Propane. Like last time I was in Brooklyn, somebody was like, "Oh, I seen a Propane shirt." As soon as he walked in the club, I knew somebody from the way was around here. Like hearing that is nuts. Like, and you're all the way 4 hours away in a completely new world. Like, it's just seeing that there's a community out there, that people that left the DMV to chase their dreams in these places that we visit, meeting them, and it's like, this world is just big. You know what I mean?
So expanding on that, how has going around and seeing new places and seeing thousands of miles away, how has that changed your perspective on the world, on your art, on other people?
Because, I haven't even mentioned this, like I have family in Vienna, Austria. Then I went there, that was my easy avenue to go into Paris because I would travel in Europe. Like just being there, going to places like that really influenced me, going to museums, because art is like, that's what I wanted to do. Why was I brought to these places if some sort of like God or whatever was trying to push me to one way, you know what I mean? Like I was supposed to be shown these things so I could like live it and go back and be back in these places comfortably, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like a teaser. Like, yeah, I've been here because of family, but like why you gotta like get to where you could just visit these places just like off rip because of what you do, like, but like this videography shit is like my passion, and that is like my key to get in there. Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything you want to shout out? Anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out Tommy Richmond. I've been listening to a lot of Tommy Richmond. Shout out Mundane. Shout out EDC. Love y'all. EDC FMG. Who else? Fucking Fight Time all the time, you know. We about to be dropping more videos, more skate videos soon. Yeah, shout out me, shout out 40i. Yeah, shout out 40i for real, having me on this. Yeah.
All right, Joe. Shout out your playlist.
Oh yeah, shout out my playlist. It's about to come soon. It's about to be a banger. Bangers only, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We about to go underground, hip hop, indie. We about to go all sorts of places. But yeah, look out for that playlist. Yeah.